Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Lawson. Here we have Hristina who just finished the program. She just finished her 3 months. And so she's going to walk us through her experience in the program. I'm going to ask her some questions too. Had an amazing transformation. So you want to just start by walking me through your health journey. So tell us who are you? Who are you? What has your life been like so far?
My name is Hristina. I am in 38 years old. I live in Austria. I am a mom from a very beautiful daughter. I had excess weight from 35 kilos since 4 years due to my depression and anxiety, and I I put in the weight from the medication treatment that I took, and I couldn't move it off. I couldn't shake it off. I couldn't keep it off. So I found Jessica on TikTok. I was very, very inspired from her TikTok videos. I loved her from the very beginning, and I was not sure about my weight loss surgery until the end of May. But in the moment that I knew that I was able to have the surgery and I was able to schedule my surgery, I was sure that I wanted to work with her.
Oh, thank you. Really
And
quick, I'm going to pause you there. I'm
okay,
curious, how many years exactly had your weight been an issue for you or been a struggle? And when you say that you hadn't been able to keep it off or lose it, what all did you try before having surgery?
um, it was 4 very difficult years.
Okay.
Uh, I tried diet, I tried exercise, I tried not eating at all. I was also in that phase um, without success.
Got it.
Um, and I always my biggest problem was sweet, and I always went back to them because um, now I know they were my comfort food.
Hmm. Gotcha. And what was the impact of your weight, of the comfort food, etc., on your life?
Um, it was a very bad experience um, because I couldn't I couldn't do any sports. I couldn't go ride a bike with my daughter. Uh, I was ashamed of myself all the time. I wouldn't let anybody take a photo of me for like 4 years, and just seeing myself like that, it was very depressing, and I sincerely hated myself for that for a long time.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people can relate to, right? Is looking in the mirror and not seeing who you feel like you are, right? Because of the weight, because of all of that. And so right now it's January. You said you started thinking about surgery in May. So that was what, 8 months ago.
Yeah,
And then you had the surgery in October, right?
November. November.
Oh, yeah, sorry, November 2nd. Yes, that's right. But I remember at first you were gonna have it in October and then yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the point that you decided you needed to make a change?
When I started work in 1st of April last year, uh, because my work requires me to be in a good shape, both mentally and both physically.
Okay, got it.
And that was the point when I said, okay, uh, I cannot go like this anymore. And I don't want to go like this anymore. I don't. I don't want to do it. I just don't. And surgery was on my mind for like 3 years now. And I was very happy at the end of May when I said that, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care what anybody else says. Um, I had I had the psychiatrist who I was going to monthly and the psychologist, and both told me it was a bad idea. And I said, this is my body, this is my mind, and you are not telling me what to do.
Hmm. How'd that make you feel?
At first, scared like hell, but then after I made the decision, I knew I needed a help from somebody like you, who went through this, who was in the same situation that I was, and could understand my situation better. And that's why I was so aiming to work with you.
I think a lot of people think that the surgery is going to fix all their problems. And
Yes.
it sounds like you haven't said this yet, but it sounds like you knew that that was not going to be the case, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have sought out help, right? Like you literally just said, I knew I needed help. So I guess my question for you is, why did you think you needed help? And what did you think you needed help on at the time?
Um, I was sure that I needed help because, like you said, for me, it was clear from day one when I made the decision to have the surgery that this is a very unfamiliar territory for me. And I'm a nurse, and I needed somebody who was familiar on this territory to walk me through it.
Mhm.
And I I said it doesn't matter how much it costs. I don't care. Uh, I only really need somebody who is there for me on
Hmm.
this journey, who can understand everything that I am going through, because I knew that I would, if I don't have anybody, that when I'm doing this on my own, I'm gonna be scared and I'm gonna have anxiety. And then in this moment when I have anxiety, I always turn to comfort food. So that was my big problem.
Hmm. I think a lot of people too are scared to ask for help. And you being a mom as well, I know something that like you and I have talked a lot about is prioritizing yourself. So tell me more too about how, was it scary to ask for help or like, you know, how is your weight affecting your relationships, your ability to be a mom and prioritize yourself too?
Asking for help, it was not difficult for me.
Okay.
It was not difficult for me because I was already in that situation when I needed to ask for help. So it was not the first time for me. It was the first time in like for the surgery and for my weight and everything. Um, but thank God it was not the first time in my life when I said, okay, I am not managing this. I need help. Um, and yes, being a mom uh, taught me that I not only have to be responsible for my daughter, I have to be responsible for myself at first. Because when I am okay and I am happy and I am healthy, I can raise my daughter better than to be depressed, anxious, and laying in bed all day.
Yeah. You can't take care of other people unless you take care of yourself first. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
the first thing that I learned from you, from our first conversation.
yeah, because it's true, right? I talk to so many women, so a lot of moms that put everyone before themselves, right? And that's one of the reasons why they gain the weight in the first place.
Yeah.
So, it happens over and over. And so how exactly did you find me? I know you said TikTok, but was there like a particular video if you happen to remember, or I'm just curious.
I was searching for surgery, how it calls it? So surgery reviews and surgery experiences, and that's how I found you.
Okay, got it. And then what actually led you to want to reach out?
Um, because I found your videos very professional,
No, thank you.
and I really liked your thinking, and I really really loved your methods.
Mm,
Uh, and I said, this is what I need to succeed at this.
mm. And what is it that you thought you needed to succeed at the time?
At the time, I remember I was very scared of the surgery, very very scared of the surgery. Um, and and in that moment when we started talking and we started working together, and you said, I'm gonna be there for you. That was the moment when I said, okay, I'm not afraid anymore.
Mhm.
I'm not scared anymore, because I was like very scared of backing off from it,
Yeah.
because it happens a lot of times, because I did my surgery in Turkey and everyone was like, okay, okay,
Yeah.
Turkey, are you sure? Are you sure? And I said, yes, I'm positive. And it was a very unique experience, and I don't regret it.
Awesome. Great. And so we met like 2, 3 weeks before your surgery.
Yeah.
And what were some of like the first things that we did?
The first things, it was that you suggested to me to start drinking my water. I
Yeah.
And it was drinking my water and logging into trainer. I said that was so cool for me. That was something new, and I found it so super. And you were so supportive with my water drinking, and I felt so good. And um, you were you you put me on the path where I always wanted to be mentally. Because with you, it was not only that how much weight did I lose, or um, it was not just the physical things. We worked together a lot on my mental health, and that was, I think, and I feel that it helped a lot
Yeah, for
for
sure.
me.
And so one of the first things we did was the bariatric blueprint,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So tell me your initial thoughts about that because um I think a lot of people get really overwhelmed with it, right? Like I create this giant document,
Yeah,
this
it
giant,
was overwhelming. It
yeah,
was. I'm not lying. It was.
yeah.
It was, of course. Because you know, you went through my habits, and they were catastrophic, and that was the point. That where the blueprint really helped to see where. mm, Going wrong, it's not the good experience.
We're redesigning your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and so what were the main challenges that you faced right after surgery?
My biggest challenge was drinking water.
Yeah.
That was for me. I don't know. It was really that was my biggest challenge. That was my biggest challenge. Um, I think um the truth is that you helped me improve my mindset so much until after surgery that I was not taking everything so that every moment I didn't take it that as a catastrophic thing, or every challenge is what it was not like, oh God, I can't do it. No, I'm trying 1% every day. It was so much help
Yeah.
that I felt confident, even though sometimes, yeah, it was hard, because for me it was the first week that it was very hard until my brain uh settled down from the eating, from wanting to eat everything, doesn't matter what, everything. And I remember in particularly that Sunday when I felt really really hungry, and I told you that I ate the tomato soup, and that was my first huge bridge which you helped me through to make the difference between the emotional hunger and the physical hunger.
Yeah, for sure. And how did the challenges that you faced, like how did these affect your confidence and your ability to stay consistent?
Um, it it didn't tore me down. It didn't. It didn't tone me down. It it was giving more like a kick. Um and I was I was confident because I knew that if I if I have a challenge, and if I cannot do it alone, that I always I can always reach out to you.
Yeah, awesome. And then did you have any specific like habits or patterns that you were struggling to break?
Um, After the surgery, that old habits diminished like really fast, and
Which old habits specifically?
the sweets, the eating sweets,
Okay.
because that was my biggest problem and my worst habit. Um, it diminished because I I was lucky that I learned the stop framework from you, and that helped a lot, a
Yeah.
lot.
And what exactly is a stop framework for those that don't know?
I used it like I stopped. Um, I I acknowledged the challenge. I acknowledged the bad habit. I acknowledged the bad habit, and I I said to myself, okay, this is normal. I cannot kick it from one day to another, but I search for a coping mechanism.
Yeah, amazing. And then when you initially joined the coaching program, like what were you hoping to achieve?
exactly this what I achieved.
Oh yeah. What is that? What is that?
Exactly. Um, to uh, to get my old self back.
Hmm.
To get my old self back. That was my main goal.
Did you know
And
that though when you started?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the thing that I was 100% sure of.
And what would you describe as your old self?
My old self, who's happy, who's
Oh,
not stressed, who can go skating with her daughter, who doesn't stuff herself all the time with comfort food, who stands up for herself now,
yeah.
and who's taking care of herself now.
Awesome. And then how soon after starting the program did you begin noticing positive changes, like both physically and mentally?
Mm, in the first week, in
Okay.
the,
Awesome.
in
Well,
the
what
first
specifically?
in the first week, in the first week, because we were talking, and you I specifically remember this day. We had our coaching call on Friday, and on Saturday I needed to take a long ride with the car, and I had my water there, and I was it was the first time I was fantasizing about after surgery journey,
Hmm.
and for the first time I said, and I was thinking, my God, I can do this.
And you did. And you
and
did.
and this is what I I thank you so much that you gave me that confidence.
Well, I can talk till I'm blue in my face, but you have to actually do the work, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
you
yeah.
also did the work too. So what were some of the aha moments or breakthroughs that you experienced?
Um, the first aha moment, it was um, it was right after surgery, uh, where I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain, and the first thing I was okay. I was the first thing that I was thinking, oh my God, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And then it came what would Jess say now? And Jess would say, have patience. Have patience. And I literally heard you, have patience. It's gonna go away. And it went away.
Hmm.
And it went away. Um, the second one was when I came home, and you were so supportive in that week when I was really scared of being alone, uh
Sure,
and
yeah.
um and I was facing challenges at home, and you were so supportive and so understanding. So uh that that was when I realized that you gave me so much power that I I was able to face all of that.
Yeah. How about any aha moments or breakthroughs on like the cravings, emotional eating, like food noise side? Were there any there?
Thank God, those things went away in the first week after surgery. Because um, of course I changed my mindset a lot in that first week, and I think that was the biggest breakthrough, that the the food cravings, the cigarette cravings, the I don't know, the junk food cravings just went away. I think I was the lucky one that I didn't have any more of those anymore.
Gotcha. Are there any specific wins or results that you're especially proud of?
Mm, yes. Yes. Stairmaster.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stairmaster. I can do the Stairmaster now. So that's I think for me that's the highlight of January
Yeah.
2025.
Well, I think as well, like you really found a love for exercise and movement too, right?
I love moving now. I love it. I love it. I love exercising now because I'm not dying there.
Yeah, for sure. And then what role did like the coaching calls, the accountability and support play in keeping you motivated?
It helped a lot with my consistency. And I loved it. I loved it. I love to work with you because every week was a new opportunity, and you were so understanding when I didn't have the perfect week, and that gave me a very very kick at my self-esteem.
Hmm, gotcha. And then what tools or techniques from the program do you think were like the most helpful?
um in the beginning, I loved learning from the Bariatric Academy.
Yeah, the
That was,
modules. Yeah.
yeah, I think that those are the main pillars from this journey, which helped me a lot. And I suggest to everybody who enters this program to work with them, because it helps you enormous.
You really dove into the modules. Like the first 2 weeks, you're like, Jessica, I'm like done with module 4 out of 10. And I remember being shocked. Like you dove in. Why was that?
Um, I changed my mindset from not wanting to learn into I want to learn
Hmm.
and I want to improve, because I remember module 4 in the beginning when I had to frame my new self and I had to frame my old self.
Yeah.
And I love that because that helped me a lot to know where I don't want to go back, and it helped me where I want to go.
Yeah. But I think one thing that's made you really successful is so many people think this journey is about losing weight. And yeah, that's part of it, right? That's the byproduct and obviously a big reason why we do it, right? But I think what what really struck me really early on about you was that you already said it in this video is um you want to get back to your old self and you very clearly understood that this journey was about becoming a new version of you, right? A higher version, a better version, the version that you've always wanted to be, but maybe not have gotten a chance to be, right? And so, you know, I'm curious, like, were there any, aside from that lesson, like, were there any other modules or exercises that really resonated deeply with you?
Um, no, it was only the module 4 which gave me a huge kick.
Got it. And now, do you feel better, excuse me, do you feel better prepared to handle like setbacks or challenges that come your way?
Of of course, of course,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yes, yeah, definitely, definitely, 100%.
Why is that?
Um, because I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot uh, how to not go back there when I don't want to go back.
Hmm. Okay. Got it. And how exactly has your life changed since joining the program?
Oh, it changed completely, Com completely. So no, I really love the work. I love to do the work, and I was committed to the work because I I really found myself in everything that we have done. So I didn't in the whole 3 months of our journey, I didn't feel that something was not compatible to me, and my goals were very clear, and you helped a lot to achieve them. And yeah, I'm just not the same person anymore. I'm that person who was before this. Um, it doesn't exist anymore.
Hmm. Gotcha. Are there activities or experiences that you can now enjoy that weren't possible before?
Everything,
Yeah.
everything, everything. So um, I I have a very positive approach to life now. Um, I learned to be kind to myself. I learned to love myself the way that I am. Um, I am skating. I am going on walks with my daughter. Um, I am on my feet from 7 in the morning until 10 in the evening, and I'm not tired. I
Yeah.
can stairs. I can bring in the grocery bags without dying in front of the door. So um, it's it's changed completely.
And the program's definitely not cheap, right? It's not cheap at all. So, what would you say to someone who's hesitant about investing in themselves with a program like this?
Um, I would say I understand that it's um, for once it's a lot to give out, but um, if you really want to change yourself and you really want to learn consistency and you really um, really want to invest in yourself, then it's worth it every cent.
Amazing. And we haven't even talked about how much weight you've lost, right? We're like almost done with this. I only have a few questions left.
Okay.
Just to let you know as well, because I know this has been a little long. But how much weight have you lost?
How much weight? From before the surgery,
I love that you don't even know. That's great. No, I love it, right? Because that's not the point. Yeah,
no, I have no idea. I really need to look it up. No, I don't know.
yeah, gotcha. Well,
Uh,
do you want to look it up so we can say how much it is?
of course,
No, you're
sorry.
good.
Sorry. It has been, wait, let's see, 18 and a half kilos.
Okay. And what was your starting weight?
My starting weight was 86.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Okay.
What advice would you give to anyone who's starting out their journey?
I think the most important advice is not to be scared,
Hmm.
not to be scared, and not to have anxiety. Um, because yes, it's gonna be hard. it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be hard, but uh, it's worth every second and every penny.
Awesome. And then what are you most proud of accomplishing?
That I'm sorry, that I can look into the mirror and I can say, I love you.
Now I feel like I'm gonna cry.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Now I'm getting emotional. Yeah, I think that's so powerful. Yeah. And what are you looking forward to next?
um, to learn, learning new things, improving myself every day, 1%,
Yep, 1% better every day.
and keeping myself with with me for
Amazing.
my life.
And then very last question. We're we're down to the last question. Is there anything you'd like to share with like anyone considering the program or working with me as their coach?
Um, yes, that you that it was a very, very, very good experience working with you. Uh, for me, you were the first person in my life who said to me, I am proud of you.
No, I'm crying.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. I am really proud of you. Yeah.
And that little sentence uh, kicked me out of depression and anxiety and everything. So I think I'm gonna be really really uh what's the word? Okay, I'm gonna be grateful for you for the rest of my life,
I really appreciate that.
and I really hope that this good that you did to me and that you do to other people that comes back to you like a million times bigger.
Yeah. Honestly, this conversation, like, not, I mean, this entire conversation has been great, but this moment right here is why I do it.
I'm so happy that you do it, and I'm so happy you didn't give up. I'm
Never.
so
Why would I? I never would have given up on you. There was no reason to give up on you, ever.
no, I said that you didn't give up on yourself.
Oh, on myself. Okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
That's the most important thing, because if you did give up on yourself, we the other girls, me and the other girls wouldn't have you in our lives, and that would have been such a shame.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. That's really powerful.
I'm gonna miss you a lot. I'm gonna really, really miss you, and please never give up. Just I know you had a lot of grief and pain in the last months, and it's gonna still last. But believe me, you are gonna get there.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna end this part of the recording. Then we can talk after. But uh thank you so much, Christina, for sharing your experience. I really, really appreciate it. You've been absolutely amazing as a client, and I cannot thank you enough for trusting me too with your journey.